no one made me do this. This made me do this. Blame this. I do. Like, comment, subscribe, by the way. Do that stuff now. Do it now. Right now. You're not doing it. I'm watching. Please do it. All right. Here we go.
What's up, guys? I hope y'all are having a great day today, just full of so much positivity and happiness, dude, because today we are going to be talking about the latest game revealed at the Game Awards last night, and that, of course, is Intergalactic, the Heretic project.
I will say, obviously, this is an older video. I did go through, like, his more recent stuff just to see if there's anything I could watch, but, like, some of them are games I hadn't played, so I wasn't confident I could, like, do any counters to anything like that. But I did click on a couple of videos, and he starts off like this when he has mostly negative things to say from what I've seen. But I figured this video, which is, to be fair, 9 months old, but this game hasn't come out. So, and I'm familiar with the talking points of the people who automatically hate this. So right off the bat, I'm going to guess lesbian girl boss, which means they're sick of them putting women in video games. They're gonna call her unattractive because she's bald, and then what's the typical one after that? Oh, just woke slop. You're probably gonna hear the word woke, slop, and DEI.
From none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Neil Cuckman.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like trying to take a photo.
It's going too long. Okay.
But you know, I am just so excited to see this absolute masterpiece that Naughty Dog is going to be putting out following their latest masterpiece, which was, of course, none other than The Last of Us Part 2.
You're going down. That's the best you got. This is how I work. Don't you fuck with me! Die, you little shit!
Dude, this is going way too long. Like, the joke is, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Also, why do people suddenly want to pretend that the games weren't good? Like, if you're not a fan of Neil Druckmann, I understand. Especially with the recent shit with, you know, obviously he's a Zionist. I understand. I get that 100%. But like, we can't look at these games and be like, these are dog shit, awful, bad games. He also did The Last of Us Part 1. And you guys love that shit. So I just think it's so disingenuous off rip to be like, this game was garbage. This game sucked. Again, they say it sucks simply because Joel dies. Like, it's such... Anyways.
From the reception to the trailer, which they preemptively turned comments off on, by the way.
Gee, I wonder why Naughty Dog would have turned comments off of their new game that stars a woman of color as the lead. I wonder if there's been anything surrounding video games, or really this country, that might have made a person of color in lead of a game might be a target.
I don't really think it went as planned, to say the very least, and this game is getting absolutely butchered online by most people with a testosterone level higher than that of a 90-year-old man on death's door. So
I love the fact that these people try to talk about testosterone when he sounds like this. Mind you, I can say that because I look like this. I am closer to their ideal of a masculine man than any of these guys are. And they're always trying to be like, anyone who's T levels, you know, with real beta shit, to talk about someone's testosterone levels. Because as a man, why are you so concerned what's going on in another man's body? A little sus.
So this game is not exactly getting a warm welcome no matter where you look on the internet, and honestly, it couldn't happen to a better person because Neil Cuckman is one of the biggest hacks in the entire video game industry. He has literally piggybacked on everyone else who has come before him and tries to act like it was him alone that was the creative genius behind everything he's ever touched. I mean, just look at Uncharted 4 compared to Uncharted 3. Complete tonal shift, massive retcons, and arguably one of the worst in the franchise. Then you
Real quick, because when people make statements like that, I for myself have to verify things. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, 93 overall. Uncharted 3 got a 92. 2 got a 96. And then just Uncharted got an 88. So of the mainline Uncharted series, it objectively will receive better than the first game. Better than the third game, and was only behind what, the second game. Like that's kind of a weird to say was arguably the worst one when it seems to have the better reviews of most of the games that have come out. But I had a feeling that'd be the case. I had a sneaking suspicion that would be the case.
you have The Last of Us, where he only worked partially on The Last of Us, but was under the head of Naughty Dog at the time's supervision, so he was kept in check. It was only until after Neil assumed command of the studio, he made the Left Behind DLC, which is when Naughty Dog made its massive leftward shift, and he decided as his first creative decision.
Naughty Dog made its massive leftward shift? Are you serious? The Left Behind DLC, for those who don't know, it is it's Ellie's storyline, where it's pretty much confirmed that she's a lesbian. But in the main game, Bill was gay. So like, wouldn't that have been the start of their left shift?
Decision to make LGBT kids a thing in the Last of Us universe. So we have his latest masterpiece, which he made all by himself, which is The Last of Us 2, which is an absolute fucking disaster of a video game. It failed to even come close to the notoriety and overall success of the original Last of Us.
I don't think it failed to come close to the notoriety, especially because more people talked about The Last of Us 2 for a multitude of reasons than the first game. Like The Last of Us Part 2 got a 93, and then The Last of Us Part 1, well, not the Part 1, but the first one, actually, like the first one, got like a 95. So like almost damn near the same scores. One was 2 point higher. The Last of Us basically averages around a 90 as the game series. So that's kind of, again, these are not great points you're making. And it did sell, though, less than the original one. Probably the same reason why most sequel games tend to sell less than the originals. I think it happened also with Final Fantasy Remake and then Rebirth. It sold a little bit less than the remake, I believe. But even so, still well received, still well regarded. So I again, like, to try to frame like it was like an absolute disaster when it got like a 93 and the other one only had 95. It's kind of weird.
Us game and purely piggyback off the success of the first game and love that people had for the original Last of Us. So Neil Cuckman is a massive hack. Everything he touches turns to absolute shit, and now we get to witness a game that has no connection to anyone else, that has no connection to an existing franchise. I mean, other than the fact that apparently this is some reference to a comic book series within the Last of Us universe, but I think it's far enough removed that it doesn't count. But it has no connection to any of the successful products that people have made at Naughty Dog before him. Even
okay, so is he trying to say that a brand new IP is bad because it has no connection to the other IP? Because that is not only a dumb point, it's a non sequitur. It doesn't matter. Like this is stupid, right? Like imagine if this was like, okay, like Insomniac, when they got the rights to Spider-Man, which although it's an existing IP, it's brand new for them. And then to be like, Insomniac is doing a game that has nothing to do with its past games. Okay. Or with other Naughty Dog games, right? Where it's like, imagine who's talking about The Last of Us. Like The Last of Us has nothing to do with their old games, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter. It's like, okay. Why is that automatically bad? Like, it's such a weird thing to be like, because it's not attached to a pre-existing IP, this is a bad thing.
Even though he logo flashes all the previous games that people actually fucking liked from Naughty Dog at the beginning of the trailer.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Again, that's so stupid. Every company does this. Fucking Bethesda back from the studio that brought you Fallout and Skyrim, here comes whatever, like Starfield. Every studio does this. Like, this is not specific to Naughty Dog or specific Neil Druckmann. What is this? Have you never seen a trailer before?
Night.
And well, this time around, this is 100% Neil's baby, and people are already not liking it, man, and for good fucking reason, because anyone who tells you, like, oh, you're just overreacting, dude, don't read too much into it. Oh, they didn't even show the game yet, man. How do you even know? Bro, it's Neil Druckmann. The main character looks the way it fucking does, and we know what this is going.
So, already I was right when I said they're going to try to go for the main character's looks. So predictable
to look like, dude. I mean, unless you're literally a 3 fucking IQ Cro-Mag who's dragging their fucking knuckles on the ground and needs a drip tray to catch the fucking drool that's constantly flowing down their chin, I don't know what to tell you, man. We have been here way too many times before, and we know.
No, you haven't. You quite literally have not. This is his first game that's fully him, not attached to anything like you said. You've quite literally not been here before. Had you been here before, you would have said this shit to Last of Us Part 2 prior to it coming out, which I'm pretty confident you did not. I looked through your channel. So this is bullshit. You're just mad at Neil Druckmann because it's popular to be mad at Neil Druckmann because it's popular to hate on Last of Us 2 because he put on like Abby. Most of it due to sexism. Or you hate lesbians because you're a bigot. And I mean that specifically to you. You clearly seem to be a very bigoted person.
For a fact, Mr. Video Games Shouldn't Be Fun, Neil Druckmann, is going to deliver an absolute woke slop fest that is going
I told you you're going to hear the word woke and slop. I literally haven't even watched this video.
to rival anything we've seen in the past few years, including Dragon Age Transguard. So this game is going to be a complete political fucking slop fest, and anybody arguing otherwise is either in denial or literally fucking retarded. It's just really...
I love how these guys try to preempt things, terribly by the way, by saying this is what it's gonna be, and if you disagree, you're stupid. This is no different than the 15-year-old kid, and I'm assuming Griffin Gaming is older than 15, who said this shit about the Wolverine game. Like, if you're making the same points as a completely racist 15-year-old, you need to reevaluate how you ended up where you ended up.
Sad because after 4 years basically of Naughty Dog releasing nothing but remaster after remaster after remaster after remaster of their shitty Last of Us games over and over and over again,
see how he's saying the Last of Us games as a whole are shitty, but he also was talking about previously how the Last of Us was good until Neil Druckmann fully took over. Do you see how these people aren't even consistent within a 5-minute section of a 13-minute video? They're so full of hate, man.
Making them worse with every single iteration.
Mind you, he said nothing so far about this actual game trailer, and we're 5 minutes into this video.
And we finally have a new IP from Naughty Dog, and it's this, bro. I mean, it's just visually repulsing. I don't really...
Visually, I know I'm pausing a lot, but visually repulsing. Why? Do you think he'll say why?
Care what you have to say about the main character. You could think it's fine to have a butch space lesbian who...
I fucking called you. I called it, right? They're calling her already a butch space lesbian. They don't even know her orientation. Also, that's not a butch woman. Like, what are you talking about? Tati Gabriel's hot as shit. She's just bald. Like, it's such a fucking weird thing to me that these guys who swear up and down they're heterosexual masculine men, the second they see a hot woman who has short hair or bald, like lesbian, gay, 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 gay. And it's like, why are you so bitch made? Why is it that the minute a woman does not fit your narrow definition of what a woman should look like, you suddenly bitch out and you can't handle it? I thought you were a manly man. You can't handle shit. You can't handle a woman in a video game. This is some incel shit, bro.
Who's racially and gender ambiguous with a buzz.
She's not gender. If you think this is gender ambiguous, You might be the one with the 3 IQ.
And to have a butch space lesbian who's racially and gender ambiguous with a buzz cut, you know, whatever. You can like that. I don't. I know the motivation behind it. And honestly, bro, it's just really sad to see this once great studio that delivered us the entire Uncharted trilogy in one console generation move to this all-time low of releasing a once-in-a-generation game where it's absolute fucking dog shit after absolute dog shit.
Why are you showing Stellar Blade? Are you calling Stellar Blade dog shit?
Think about it. The entire PlayStation 4 generation, Naughty Dog only released Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us Part 2, both of which were far worse than their previous entries in the series. And now we have a new IP from Naughty Dog 4 years, probably 6 years into the PS5 generation when it finally releases, that is arguably just one of the most visually unappealing games I think I have ever seen.
Bro, you just admitted you don't play video games. You just admitted that you do not play video games. You're calling Intergalactic a game that quite literally isn't even out. But even from its trailers, you're saying it is the most visually unappealing game you've ever seen?
Like 4 years, probably 6 years into the PS5 generation when it finally releases, that is arguably just one of the most visually unappealing games I think I have ever seen. It's like Sony saw the failure of Concord and said, yeah, we need to ramp this shit up to 11.
You think, okay, like, oh my God, I'm having an aneurysm. So you're trying to say, let's just pause this for a sec. You're saying a game that looks like this looks the same to you. You're saying you can't tell the difference between this game and this game. You're saying you can't tell the difference between Concord and Amazing. Absolutely amazing, dude. Absolutely. This is what I mean when I say these people have the worst criticisms. They have no creative bone in their body. They have no critical thinking skills. There is no comparison between the Intergalactic the Heretic Prophecy and Concord at all. But Concord failed. And he's trying to tell you that this game's going to be bad. So he's trying to link it to a game that's failed. As if Sony has only had in their history of games, that is the only game ever failed. There's no successful games on PS5 at all. It's just failure. It's just flops. Even the game he's showing right now must have been a flop.
And then hired Neil Cuckman to make the most visually unappealing character possible that 100% nobody who has any sort of testosterone flowing through their fucking veins will want to play.
I like how he's making the same fucking statement again in this video because he has nothing original to say. He's stretching this out. And he's trying to come for people who find Tati Gabriel attractive. Meanwhile, he's jizzing to the most basic gooner shit of all time. Stellar Blade's character designs are so fucking generic that literally, if you play the game, there's characters that don't even look like they belong in the same game. I could show you characters from The First Descendant and say they're in Stellar Blade, and you'd probably believe me.
As at all. I don't really get what this obsession with this Guardians of the Goy Slop style game is over.
Oh, so we're anti-Semitic too?
At Sony. I mean, first you had Concord that was blatantly a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, and now you have this new game, Intergalactic, from Naughty Dog that literally looks like, wait for it, Guardians of the Goy Slop, dude. You know, retro technology and space, dude.
Okay, so... Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. First off, Intergalactic is obviously paying homage to like fucking Alien. Like, and Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't retro-futuristic. What the fuck are you talking about? Peter Quill had a Walkman, sure, but there's nothing else about that game that screams retro-futurism. There aren't like these big clunky things and these giant machines or anything like that. Like, that's not even the, like, what do you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, this is what happens when people have no media literacy and they've only consumed one form of media content. He clearly doesn't watch fucking movies or read books because it's very obvious, like I said, that this game took inspiration from Alien. They also straight up mentioned that in like Akira and like Cowboy Bebop. But again, like here, for example, I'm gonna go back a bit, right? Like the ship is kind of similar to the Bebop in Cowboy Bebop, Spike ship, right? You can kind of see that vibe with that, but he can't even make that connection because he's so fucking gooner brained and he's so mind poisoned by like anti-woke shit that he's completely skips over this, doesn't recognize that her shaving her head in this scene, right? This is so typical. Like this is an homage to Ripley. This is also an homage to mostly, you know, probably even fucking like G.I. Jane. Like it's obviously to show that she's either has some sort of military training, and so to get her in her mindset, she's shaving her head. Or if you look further, when they said that people were in fucking hiding, and notice how she had hair in this picture, she might be trying to disguise how she looks by not looking exactly how like people remembered her. Like it's such a easy storytelling thing to even just guess from the fucking trailers. But these people are so stupid. They're so incapable of analyzing anything with any true critical thought or any good faith that they miss the most obvious of things.
With these $300 million movie flop, dude, you know, retro technology and space, dude, and familiar brands dropped in for marketing purposes. I mean, I guess Sony really is hurting with these $300 million movie games nowadays, to where they literally are having to shove in product placements at every opportunity. I mean, first you had that awful Adidas collab with Spider-Man 2.
I mean, that shit was bad. That shit.
Look at the top of his head.
But that's also Insomniac though. Like that's Insomniac.
And now you have Porsche and Adidas advertising in this dog shit Intergalactic trailer.
Wait, all you have is the Spider-Man game and now this? You made it seem like Sony's been putting us in every single game. And again, this is Naughty Dog. The other one was Insomniac. Like, if they have deals, it's with those studios.
So it's very interesting, man. Maybe money's a little tight over in the PlayStation division after all these fucking massive movie games are coming out and not really performing as expected. So they have to bundle the game with every console sold to artificially inflate the sales numbers so they don't get penalized by companies like Disney, who they're licensing, you know, things like Spider-Man from. So I don't know.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, seriously, what are you talking about? Like, I love how they go on these complete, like, hallucination rants where they're like, well, that's probably why they're bundling it so they won't get fined by... Like, what are you talking about, dude? How come none of them ever bring up data or evidence? Like, you're on the internet. Bring it up. Show people what you're talking about is true. Or you just sound like a fucking lunatic.
Oh man, this entire model of the Sony movie game formula cannot end soon enough. So if this brings about its demise just
also,
a little bit faster,
he has
I am
not
all for it, bro.
At
Because
all
in all honesty,
talked
we
about
knew this was going to
Intergalactic.
happen.
He's showing
we knew whatever
Stellar Blade
game Naughty
footage.
Dog put out was going to be absolute fucking slop, bro. There is no way in the current state of that studio with Neil Druckmann at the fucking helm that it was going to be anything other than complete and total dog shit. The dude is a literal political hack. He hates himself because he is a white man.
Oh my god, dude, are you gonna actually make criticism of the game, of the trailer?
To the video game and for it, man. I have never seen such an unwarranted glazing of a game developer, overrated game devs in the entire. He has literally just piggybacked.
He's just repeating himself.
Talent and
he's just repeating a this is no Joke and Hate video,
and is more than happy to take a financial. Like just maybe Sony will get it through their thick, fucking emotional third-person storytelling action adventure game that's 90% fucking dialogue and cutscenes when it comes to meaningful content, and the gameplay is literally just filler to pad out time between like Astrobot winning Game of the Year that is a pure gameplay experience, an old school platformer that appeals to all that is a pure within the game. So maybe with a game like Astrobot winning Game of the Year that is a pure gameplay experience, an old school platformer that appeals to all age groups, all different demographics.
I want you guys to keep this in the back of your mind. He's talking positive about Astrobot. I want you to keep that in the back of your mind.
It really doesn't have any restrictions on who could actually enjoy it. You know, maybe, just maybe, games like that will become the norm again at Sony, because I guarantee you that 65-person dev team over at Team Asobi that made Astrobot in a few years is probably a hell of a lot fucking cheaper to maintain that, you know, are just pumping out Naughty Dog shit on a release after.
It's obvious he has nothing of value to say.
And actually making video.
Okay, so he has nothing of value to say. Holy shit, that was a struggle. Jesus Christ, this guy sucks. Hey, Griffin Gaming, bro, I don't think you like video games, dude. I think if your channel looks like this, you don't like video games. So I mentioned the whole Astrobot thing because it says Astrobot's not PS5's masterpiece reviewed. So but I guess he still likes it. But he's comparing this to Astrobot, saying like they should make like what, more Astrobot, as if they can't make Astrobot and also Intergalactic. But this whole video, the Intergalactic video, at no point does he give any fucking kind of actual analysis of the trailer. He just said it's gonna be woke slop. Just like I said before, the 15-year-old kid ranting for vengeance said about the Wolverine game. All his shit is just, it's slop. Modern slop. Reject modernity. Woke flop. Disappointing. Modern movie game slop. Scam. China slop. Broken slop. Feminism. Like, this is a dog shit channel. And I am not going to be nice about this at fucking all. You're talking about someone who claims to be a gamer, who basically hates everything that's come out. Okay, look, let's for example, I have not watched, you can see here, I have not seen the Alan Wake 2 video. I promise you, he's going to talk about Saga being a race swap. I promise you.
All right, what's up, guys? I hope you all are having a great day today, full of so much positivity.
Story,
and
Alan Wake or Alan Woke? Let's see.
Woke too. I would say you can probably put most of those concerns to rest. Playing through this game, none of the issues that came to mind were any sort of political messaging. Nothing really felt overbearing whatsoever. I mean, it all kind of made sense within the confines of the story. I mean, I know some people will point to the fact that Saga being a black female FBI agent and being as prominent in the story as she is, which she definitely is over prominent in my opinion. Like, this game feels more like Saga Wake 2 than Alan Wake 2 at times. But I wouldn't really say it goes anywhere outside of just kind of like checking the boxes for representation. So if you can put up with that, I don't think you'll have a problem with this game in that aspect. It's not like Spider-Man 2 where they literally shove a bunch of political messaging right in your face. So if that's what...
So, has to mention that Saga is overrepresented in this game. What does that mean? Like, let's listen to it again.
A black female FBI agent and being as prominent in the story as she is, which she definitely is over prominent in my opinion. Like, this game feels more like Saga Wake 2 than Alan Wake 2 at times.
Do you see how he phrased that? Where he's like, you guys might complain about her being a black FBI agent. And yeah, I think she's also overrepresented, but it doesn't shove any political mess. It's like, my brother in Christ, you focusing on the fact that she's black is you being political.
I would in your face. So if that's what you're worried it's going to be, and the story definitely does suffer from that, but I don't think it caters to at this point in time. Things that unfortunately pretty much every business on planet Earth caters. Really forced at times, but you know, Saga definitely feels really forced at times, and I think that is deliberate for the ESG side of things.
Do you see what I mean? How is a main character forced? Oh, because she's black, so they're doing it for ESG, not because they wanted to have a game that had dual protagonists. No, she's forced. She's the forced person. It's for ESG. It's DEI. Like, this is the same shit.
That unfortunately, pretty much every business on planet Earth caters to at this point in time. And the story definitely does suffer from that, but I don't think it really has to do with her being a black woman, so to say. You could replace Saga with pretty much any other race, ethnicity, or make them male, whatever you want to do. It wouldn't really have a major impact on the plot. It is kind of cheesy at times when they refer to her as a Viking because, you know, the image that comes to mind.
Because you know, and this is also contradictory. You can't focus on her being black and saying it's forced to check boxes, but then also say it actually doesn't matter. So then what is this?
Obviously not Saga, you know, that's not racist, that's just common fucking sense, but any
common sense. There were black Vikings, by the way. And they even explain it within the game that she does have Nordic roots. Like, I'm not going to watch all of this, but like, this is what I'm talking about. These people are so incapable of any actual criticism that doesn't have to relate to like someone's race. Let's look at South of Midnight. Let's just for shits and giggles. So this is the joke here.
I gotta get going. Said I meet Ma Laurent for dinner. See y'all later.
So funny, so hilarious. This game generally sucks. Has some potential. The combat, Sweet Baby. Look at the sections here. The game sucks. 5 minutes long. This is a 30-minute video. Has the potential from 527 to 13. Right? Okay. The combat's bad. You have that from 1405 to 1736. And Sweet Baby Ink Slop from 1753 to 31 minutes.
The South of Midnight story, because honestly, I'm not even going to try to make sense of it. It is extremely generic. Basically what happens is a hurricane is coming and Hazel's mom and her house gets swept away in the water, which is stupid, but whatever. So Hazel chases after her and in the process of doing so falls into the river, awakening her black girl magic. She goes to her white grandmother's house that she obviously has disdain for, and there's supposed to be some racial tension there 100%. But after this initial meeting, Hazel lets her grandmother know what happened. Her grandmother does not give a fuck. Based. And basically Hazel lets her grandma know that
so like comes off very racist, doesn't it? Comes off extremely racist in this review. And I'm gonna just go to random parts. I'm sure it's just random racism here.
To find her mom. Mom!
Why does he have to do the accent?
Me next. Me and Mama next.
Now from here on out, like
that's clearly a heartwarming, touching scene. He's trying to make it seem like it's a bad thing. This guy's racist is what I'm trying to get you at. Like this is racism.
I mentioned previously, the story follows a very similar route. Every single mission involves you going into this, I wouldn't even say exploration area. It's more linear than
what does this have to do with Super
You
Inc?
never really get a chance to meet these characters. You never really give a shit because every single time you learn about the characters is through the same repetitive, you know, just like Forspoken, you know, holographic cutscene where you just listen to dialogue for 3 to 5.
Weird that he has to specifically mention Forspoken. I wonder what's the common thread between that. Like, there's nothing here about Sweet Baby Inc. This is like they're singing.
workers, that's a little bit concerning. But yeah, this massive spider monster and Hazel's mother have been kidnapping children from abusive white families, I shit you not. And then we find out that Granny really is the villain because she decides to kill Huggin' Molly and cut her heart out, while Huggin' Molly does absolutely nothing to fight back because she's just such a pacifist, even though you just went through a massive boss fight against her. But anyway, Grandma cuts the heart out of Huggin' Molly in order to revive her dead daughter, who Hazel's father, when he was a kid, accidentally drowned when they were children, because there was this whole thing about, you know, the dress getting dirty and it was Hazel's father's fault. So he went to go wash her off in the river and she drowned on accident and blah, blah, blah. Basically, that's the whole reason why Grandma is evil, is because
first off, he's trying to blah, blah, blah it. But like, yeah, that's why she's upset. She's evil because her daughter died by the hands of her son, and she wants to bring her daughter back. But he's trying back, blah, blah, doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah.
Because she hates her son and loved her precious daughter that died on her too young. So she kills Huggin' Molly, takes her heart in order to try and revive her daughter, which is when the story takes another fucking retarded turn and we encounter a character by the name of Ro. And basically we get teleported to like his version of hell.
What's crazy to me is that like the story part, like, why is the story part of this game so far into the review? But like he said, it's Sweet Baby Inc., but there's nothing about Sweet Baby Inc. here.
I'm gonna be sick.
Terry and all sorts of shit scattered throughout. Of course, there's the whole controversy. So woke to where it actually would make it somewhat entertaining to play through. It's more so boring than anything else, and that's its biggest sin, man. There really is nothing even notable about this game. People are going to forget about it almost immediately, and the story definitely falls into that same camp.
See, here's the thing though. This guy's a racist, right? Like, so of course he's going to have the most blasé approach to this game. Like, I don't like, that's my whole thing. Like, it's obvious he wasn't going to like this game because if you just look at his history, Star Horse, Modern Slop. Oh, let's put a woman's face. Modern Slop. Modern Slop. Woke. Oh, but the game with I can goon to, masterpiece. Black Zombie Lives Matter, Resident Evil 5 is too racist to remake. Like, this is a person who is just a bigot. Most of them are bigots, right? We know this. But my thing is, I don't think you like video games, man. I don't think you like anything besides jerking it. Like, the two games he's liked was Stellar Blade and then Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, the game that most people actually fucking hated because it wasn't a good remaster. But everything else is woke and bad and gay and lame. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a failure, so let's put the woman in front. Censored by YouTube for criticizing Spider-Man 2's Insomniac woke agenda. So let's put Mary Jane and let's have Miles Morales do the Wakanda Forever pose. And let's have Miles Morales do that again. And then we talk about Spider-Man 2. Let's have Miles Morales and Mary Jane here again. And then we'll have Mary Jane here again. Like this guy hates everything. This guy hates everything. And that's something I kind of want to talk about in general. I think a lot of you guys, and I'm being generic, I'm just like the anti-woke group. I truly do not think you guys like video games. All of your guys' pages look like Griffin Gaming's. It's nothing but negative shit. It's every game that comes out is awful and woke. Any game that's made by a Western developer is automatically bad. Any game that has a female lead is DEI. Any game that has a black lead is DEI. Any game that has queer people in it is forced. It's woke. It's lame. Like, we are at the point where people are attacking cozy games because they might have, maybe with no proof, had consultation with Sweet Baby Inc. And then people are threatening them. Like, it's people, I know I said they're miserable, but this is beyond misery. I think you guys hate video games. You go after developers. attack literally every game that comes out. Don't give anything a chance. And anytime a studio is shut down or a game doesn't do well, you celebrate. You people don't like video games are absolutely not for you. If your page looks like Griffin Gaming's, you do not like video games at all. In fact, if your page looks like his, whatever media you're covering, you don't like. Because that's just pure hatred. That's just hate. Like you hate video games. If you do comic books like that, you hate comic books. You hate pop culture. You hate everything. I think you should stop playing video games and start talking to a therapist, to be like completely honest. Because how do you live a life so devoid of joy and happiness that nothing besides games that you can jerk off to are the only things that give you joy? That's insane to me. Like, it's crazy. Like, none of those guys will ever have criticisms about Stellar Blade, even though the creator of Stellar Blade was like, yeah, our story's kind of shit. We could have better in the story for sure. Like, he's admitted that. But none of those guys have ever made a criticism about the story. In fact, any game that comes from an Asian company, they have zero critiques for. Zero. Black Myth Wukong is a perfect game to them. Stellar Blade is a perfect game to them. First Ascendant is a perfect game to them. But anything that comes from the West is awful, terrible, and bad. Like, that's so insane to me. I cannot fathom hating video games to such a degree that the only joy you get is when games fail. And you think that if a game fails, they'll make the games that only you like because you're the only gamer. Like, it is like, here, let's go back to his page. We are 3 years deep now. And it's just Halo bad, Halo bad, Halo bad, Halo bad, Halo bad, Halo bad, PS5 bad, Steam Deck bad, Battlefield 2024 bad, everything bad, nothing he likes. We're 3 years, nothing he likes. Nothing. This guy doesn't like anything. And he's been putting out videos for how many years? And I bet you if we go once again to like his oldest videos, it's going to be like some shit he actually liked. Look at that. What do you know? It's always like this. They like some shit. Like, they like some shit, and then it's like, oh, we get a taste of hating on shit, and then it just becomes a hater. Like, it's so tragic, dude. It's so tragic because it's always the same story. It's always the same story. And even here, annoying kind of content, but like not super, this is woke and bad and awful. But then you start getting towards, I'm going to say within the last like 4 years, that's probably when the switch happens. Because 4 years ago was 2021. Oh, never mind, 5 years ago. So start with The Last of Us, which makes sense because that's when the drama started. And then it's just pure hate. Pure hatred. And then we get to where we were before, 4 years ago. Fully into hate. Nothing he likes. No joy. I keep saying it. Right? But these people, completely miserable. They hate video games. They hate them. And they have to hate them. There's no way they like video games. There's no way they like video games. At all. His entire recent channel history, he liked Astrobot and then the Guna games. That's it. In the last 3 years, he's liked 3 games. Meanwhile, I'm having a blast playing the full release version of Hades 2. I still have to finish Hollow Knight, like the original Hollow Knight, and then Silksong. But I'm enjoying myself. I want to play the Final Fantasy Tactic and Silent Hill F. But I have to be a little responsible right now until my chip's done. Then I can be irresponsible. But I look forward to playing games. I look forward to this shit. These people hate games. We know this now, right? Like, they hate video games. If their channel looks like his, just stay away, because you know it's gonna be nothing but bullshit, no critical analysis, nothing positive, nothing happy, just miserable, angry people upset at video games. But they're the manly one.